BBC broadcast. Glad you could all join us for some breaking news. We have some problems with the bans from Britain, which always seem to be a reoccurring issue. And later tonight we will get into why and how the British invasion started and getting into the effects it has on our society. The first band we have been hearing a lot about are the Beatles, which seem to be making quite the appearance on all over television. Let's cut to the clip that was recorded by one of our newscasters with John Lennon, the guitarist of the Beatles band.
Thank you, Kylie. And here with us today is John Lennon, and we have a couple questions from you. From our first viewer in San Francisco, they want to know, who was the first in your group to get married?
Well, that would be me. First in 1962 to Cynthia, and then in 1969 to Yoko Ono.
Oh, that's really nice. All right, another question we have is from your own country, England, and they want to know, who was the original drummer of the Beatles?
Well, the original one was Pete Best, and he was very good, but in the end, we had to replace him.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Our next one comes from Africa. That's a really long way away. They want to know, which of the Beatles did some fans believe died, and why did they think that?
Well, it was Paul McCartney because of the song Strawberry Fields. They thought we said that we killed him, but it was a lie.
Oh, that's good. And our final question for you tonight, John, is, we heard that you had an album that took 700 hours to complete. Could you tell us what album that was?
We did. It was a very long night, but it was Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
Wow, that's a very long name.
And
Well, thank you for doing that with us tonight, and enjoy your time on your tour.
thank
Our
you.
next top story is the next rising band, the Rolling Stones, which formed in 1962 and is on to its next biggest come up, becoming one of the more popular bands during the British invasion. Let's send it over to Hayden to see what they have to tell us.
Hello, everyone. We're back again, and today we are with Mick Jagger from the Rolling Stones. Now, Mick, our first question for you today was, what was your first U.S. chart topper?
Let's see, I had a lot of hits in my days, but the chart topper was definitely I Can't Get No Satisfaction.
Ooh, it's a sultry title today, folks.
Oh yeah.
Now, our second question for you today, Mick, is, what song of yours was the theme song for NAMM Tour of Duty?
I'm gonna say it's Painted Black. What a song, let me tell you. You should go listen to it. It's on YouTube.
We will. We will turn into that later. So, Mick, do you write your own songs, or do you guys get stuff from the studio?
It's both actually. The first song Richards and I wrote was Tell Me You're Coming Back. But we also do get help from the studios sometimes.
Well, that's really interesting. And do you think that did you think that you would have gone this long, or do you think that you were going to end very soon?
No, we did think 2 years, and we would be done by then. But, we're still going hard, bro. Hard!
Or is it Saturdays for the Boys?
Full send, baby. Full
Full
send.
send. Mick, do you think you could give us a little sample of your dance moves and maybe teach me some?
Of course. Let's go.
All right.
Like Jagger, I've got the moves like Jagger, I've got the moves like Jagger.
You know, Hayden, I just have to tell you, before we end this, your hair is looking like mine now, and I'm really digging it.
I decided to go natural and put some extensions in.
I'm liking
But-
it. Now it's like mine.
Yeah, it is. But Mick, I wanted to say thank you for your time here tonight.
Thank
And
you.
Let's send it back to Kylie.
Back to you, Kylie.
Starting in 1964, the English rock band that originated in Manchester, called Herman and the Hermits, were discovered by Harvey Lisberg and later changed his name to Herman Hermits. Let's send it back over to Hayden to see why they changed their name and see what other interesting information they can give us.
Thanks, Kylie. Now we're back in the studio with Peter Noon from Herman's Hermits. That's a tongue twister, Peter.
It is. I love
Yes. Well, our first question for you today is, which English city did you guys originate from?
it. That would be Birmingham, where my mother was.
It's not to be confused with Birmingham, Alabama, right?
No, that's totally different.
Totally different. Okay. Also, who discovered and produced Herman's Hermits? I mean, tell us what the inside scoop is.
That's my buddy Mickey Mist. Don't be confused. Not Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mist, and he did that.
All right. Well, what was your first hit, Peter?
My first hit was a cover of Earl James, I think. It was I'm Into Something Good, which actually was on number 13 in the U.S. charts. So we really hit it big with that one.
Well, that's a lucky little hermit crab there. Yeah, you probably get that all the time, don't you?
I do, all the time.
Yeah. All
Never
right.
gets old, you know?
Yeah, never gets old. It's a real knee slapper, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, what shows made you guys to be Herman's Hermits like today?
Well, so in the U.S., we were there, and we visited our old pal, Ed Sullivan. And then we went to, I think it was Dean Martin, you know, and then Jackie Gleason, you know. We really hit it home with that one because the crowd just loved us, you know. They fed off us, you know. We were just really big.
It's good to have that positive energy.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that tonight.
No problem.
And we're going to send it back to Kylie. You want to take it?
All right. Back to you, Kylie.
Wow, such an inspiring story. Bohemian Rhapsody and We Will Rock You are some of the top hits from the next band we will be interviewing. And Freddie Mercury, the lead singer of the group Queen, has agreed to come talk to us on our show. Let's send it over to Hayden again, who was so fortunate as to interview the one and only Freddie Mercury.
Hello, everyone. We're here with Freddie today.
Hello, everybody. That's me.
And Freddie, we wanted to ask you some questions. And our first one for you was, who came up with the name Queen?
That would be me, Freddie Mercury.
All right. Our second question for you tonight is, where were the videos for We Will Rock You and Spread Your Wings shot?
Actually, interestingly enough, they were actually shot in Roger's backyard.
Roger's backyard. Could you imagine the amazement of these videos
I know.
shot in someone's backyard?
And the neighbors, they were complaining that we were too loud, but I'm like, come on, man, we're creating music for
Yeah, you're making music, making money, living lives, making
Exactly.
dreams. You gotta do
So,
what you
and
gotta
know
do.
what? Guess what? They ended up liking our songs. So
Karma.
they're complaining for nothing.
Karma. Now, Freddie, how did you come up with the song and the song title for Bohemian Rhapsody?
Well, see, I was just, playing one day, and I just decided, hey, this has a nice beat, and it has a good sound, so I just was like, this is good, and the name just kind of came with the different chords I was playing, and it just came together.
All right, and our last question for you today was, how did you get in the band Queen?
So I followed the band Smile, and we came together one day whenever they said they needed a new singer because their singer sucked, best one over here. And, they just needed a new singer. So I was like, me, baby.
He was like, it's him.
It's me. I
Now-
just knew from the start.
In a couple minutes, Freddie will be back with a performance. Freddie, we wanted to say thank you for that performance and letting me join along with you and singing lead vocal on that one. I know that was taking your spotlight for a
It's
minute.
alright. Sometimes it's good to share the spotlight. That's what I'm here for. I
Yeah.
like to share my music.
Yeah, well, we wanted to send it back to Kylie, so will you take it to her?
Thank you. Back to you, Kylie.
Moving to our last band of the evening, we are going to see who we have left to speak with us. A band that has been one of the most popular groups of the 60s and 70s and originated the rock opera. Let's see how Hayden's interview with The Who went.
Thanks, Kylie. And now we are here with Roger Daltrey from The Who. And our first question for you tonight, Roger, is, well, who designed the album cover for The Who? And it was The Who by Numbers, but who designed it?
Well, that would have to be John Entwistle. You know John?
Yeah, I
He
know
did that.
John.
He did that one.
Well, that was an amazing cover for him.
Yeah, he did pretty good.
Our second question for you today is, what hotel banned you guys for life?
Oh, that's a toughie. But that was the Hotel Motel Holiday Inn. Yeah, we were banned from that.
Wow, that sucks. They have really nice complimentary breakfast there
They
with
do.
pancakes. All right, well, our third question for you tonight was, what was the guitar smashing incident at the Railway Hotel in 1964 about, and why did it change rock and roll?
Well, I was a little bit angry that day, not gonna lie. And I took a guitar and I was just like this. Just like that.
Mhm.
And when I did that, it smashed. And people like that, you know. They were like, "Oh my God, that was cool," and I was like, "I know." And so they started doing that, and they're like, "Let's do that." So they did that, and you know, you see like Sting with his like, or you know, those people with the mascara everywhere. What do you call them people?
Kiss.
Kiss.
Yeah.
They take those guitars and they smash them. You know why? That was me. I changed rock and roll
That was you.
just because I got
Yeah.
injury.
And your fourth question tonight, Roger, is did you originate the rock opera, and if so, how?
Yes, I did. I took rock and I took opera, and I made rock opera.
All right, that's amazing.
That's it.
Well, that's all we have tonight with Roger, and we're going to send it back to Kylie in the studio.
We've had a lot of great bands that we were very fortunate to interview this evening. These groups have created hope to those who have encountered devastating events in these past couple of years. We hope that with the rise of more music like this, our country will once again become great. Thank you all for tuning in, and we hope to see you again on our next broadcast.